Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Leave a donation for that fried rice and chicken wings for $2.99 a month. That's where it starts at. Become a member to the channel. If you appreciate the work that I'm putting in to give you guys entertainment, give you good videos, go ahead. What's $2.99 a month? It'll be appreciated. Anyway, Canelo's secret plan to slow Bud's lightning hands, because now we know Terrence Crawford and the training he's doing, he's going to have his welterweight speed, welterweight reflexes, and super middleweight power. Now, let me see something here. Let me stretch this over. Now, this is Canelo. Looks like he's up to no good there, doesn't he? We're in the final stretch now, people. I'm finally seeing Crawford and Canelo, and for me, I'm not going to do like some of these YouTubers and go the next 3 years talking about a fighter or fighters who don't even fight anymore just because that gets clicks, which is stupid to me. If the person's not fighting, you should know that the stuff the person putting out is complete bullshit just to get clicks. But anyway, with just a week to go, I got to put even more work in, man, to just keep the conversation going and promoting the fight, because I think both of them deserve it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think tonight, we got to really see about pulling back the curtain on what might be the most important and most overlooked storyline, of the week in the fight buildup. Canelo, look, we know he's working on speed and everything, but he's got to try to figure out a way. Hopefully they've devised some kind of secret plan to neutralize Terrence Crawford's speed, because I'm telling you, with Crawford, his diet, the recovery, the meals he's eating before sparring, after sparring, even his cheat meals, everything Crawford's doing is for a purpose. And that is scary, knowing that when Crawford gets in that ring with Canelo, if Canelo's team didn't plan to do the same things for Canelo to neutralize Terrence Crawford with that welterweight speed he's going to have and super middleweight power, it's going to be all bad. Now look, this isn't just about talking shit. This ain't just hype now. There is really a chess match behind the scenes that's taking place. The workout routines, the drills, everything they're doing to get themselves in shape, to get ready for the fight, the sparring, not just in there mash up, crash up, and for a purpose, making adjustments. What is it that I don't do great? I need to perfect it. The tactical tweaks that could turn Bud's greatest weapon into a non-factor. Let me tell you something. The thumbnail says it all. Canelo in the shadows with that little weird smirk on his face, looking like Chuck Norris. Eyes locked in, fully focused, studying every twitch of Crawford's movement. Boy, oh boy, you know what that tells me? Is that Canelo Alvarez understands the threat. Crawford's speed isn't just about how fast his hands move. It's about how he thinks. Cognitive discipline, ability to process things and react when commanded. The combination of hand speed, foot speed, processing time, reaction time. This is all problems for Canelo. But it's important that Eddie Reynoso, with the drug cartel, they have the secret plan to try to slow down Bud's lightning hands. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know if they have that. Now, we know at welterweight, Bud made elite fighters look like they're punching through water. He was always able to land first, get out the way. The next thing you know, his feet are repositioned before his opponent even knows what the hell just happened. And then they're there looking stupid. And Crawford is sitting back, and all the fans saying, damn, he looks so dominant in the ring. Now, Canelo knows this. He's been in with fast fighters before. And with his timing, he's learned the hard way that, you know what, my timing has saved me in some of these fights. With Khan, it saved him. The power saved him. With Lara, it helped him. Didn't necessarily save him. With Mayweather, none of that shit helped. But I think Canelo's learned. He learned the hard way that, you know what, that damn speed, some of these guys I fought, that they possessed, made me look flat-footed, made me look less than average, made me look stupid. And y'all need to understand, I'm from Guadalajara, Jalisco. And I'm not going to be out here against Terrence Crawford, another one of these fighters that had the kind of speed to make me look flat-footed. So you know what? I'm going to put together with Eddie Reynoso, we're going to have the secret plan. Now, we know Canelo, he can make adjustments. If you look back at his career, you'll see there's a pattern. You know, when he's faced speed, he's been able to adapt. Now, one thing about Canelo, he's not trying to match hand speed with guys he knows outspeed him. What Canelo has become a real boss in doing is timing fighters. You saw what happened against Caleb Plant. No one talks enough about this. Cut the ring off, invested to the body, eventually slowed him down and just beat the shit out of him. Against Daniel Jacobs, I just think Daniel Jacobs with that new trainer didn't know what the hell he was doing. I think he did have a different trainer, yeah. But anyway, I don't think he had Rozier, but Jacobs fought scared, if you ask me. Then he was getting all hype and excited when he just, threw a couple punches, but Jacobs did enough every round to lose the round. He didn't do enough to win shit, in my opinion. But against Daniel Jacobs, he did use subtle head movement. Canelo did, and he was making the faster man miss by inches. And he was touching up Jacobs. Now, this could be what Canelo's going to try to do against Terrence Crawford. But at this time, the stakes are way higher. The margin for error is smaller because he has someone in there. And I'm going to even go ahead and go out on a limb and say Crawford is more of a threat than what Daniel Jacobs was at the time. Crawford is more of a threat of a Caleb Plant, of an Amir Khan. I know Caleb Plant's a bad boy, but really, he only has one hand, his left hand. You take that shit from Caleb Plant's a sitting duck. So Caleb Plant has one hand, and he has his legs. So he's not a complete fighter, in my opinion. But for Terrence Crawford, oh yeah, Crawford's a complete fighter. And Canelo knows that. But he has shown the ability to make adjustments using his timing. Now, there's been all kind of whispers coming out the Canelo's camp. But there are three things that came out that camp that got my attention. Is Canelo working on having an explosive first step. He and his team understand the importance of getting to Crawford before Crawford can make a move. You got to close the distance and get to him. If not, Crawford's going to be on the go. And at least for the next 5 seconds, could be a Tom and Jerry type situation. To all of a sudden now, Crawford's gotten out the way, repositioned. Canelo's trying to get to him, and bing, bing, Crawford touches him up, then he's gone again. And this is why Canelo also understands, I got to be able to set traps on Crawford. People don't understand the importance of feinting. I should do a video just on feinting and the different types of feints in boxing. If Canelo can somehow feint and draw Crawford to try to throw a counter and then counter to counter, he is going to have some success. But I just don't know if Crawford going to take the bait like Amir Khan. Charlo didn't take the bait. He got hit, and then Charlo just started moving and running. And even when Charlo was letting his hands go, it was more just like that was a result of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? He was just letting his hands go to try to shoe shine and keep Canelo off him, but he wasn't really trying to win at that point. But if he can do this against Crawford, he may land something that's going to have some Crawford fans crying. And then the one thing that's the common theme with almost any video you do talking about Canelo and part of his secret plan is he can't just be out here trying to score. He can't try to outbox Terence Crawford. But he just got to find a way with that explosive first step to get there and just try to slow Crawford down. So to me, the idea is real simple. I mean, it really is real simple. Slow Crawford down. But I mean, shit, how? How you going to make Bud fight at a pace to where he's in positions where his speed advantage is minimized? How you going to slow down the great Terence Crawford? How you going to make him think twice? How you going to make him take the bait on and bite on feints? Terence Crawford, man, he watch people fainting and Crawford's just there. He doesn't react. It's an amazing talent to develop. But this is what Canelo has to do: have the explosive first step, trap setting, and a sustained body attack. He's got to figure that out. Now, understanding all of that sounds good, but it keeps coming back to what I say in every video. I just think stamina. I think the conditioning is everything in this fight. I really do. But, you know, the plan only works. All this shit, if Canelo can do it for 12 rounds, you know, this stuff about him sparring, you know, 12 4-minute rounds with fresh partners, that's extremely important. But I don't know how true that is. But if he can maintain that pace, now you talk about the late fights, the late fight rounds, all of a sudden, the announcers, I don't know if Jim Lampley's going to be there, but I can't wait. If he's there, I pray he's there. I know Max Kellerman will be there. I want to hear Jim Lampley talking the way that only he can, boxing, and how watching Canelo in the ring with Crawford, who's maintained his welterweight speed but has super middleweight power, and how he somehow had a secret plan to slow all that down and diffuse all that shit Crawford's bringing into the ring. Because he has just so eloquently put it together. I mean, and the fewest of words, he'll be able to describe what we're seeing and really get his point across. But we know Crawford's counting on being able to push hard in the late rounds and probably pick up the championship rounds. But I just think doghouse rules, conditioning, that it seems like what Canelo is enduring. I mean, he's going to be brutal. He's going to be relentless. And he's going to end up getting in there on fight night. And that fight should feel much easier to Canelo than that damn sparring. But we just got to wait and see. You see, Canelo's not just preparing physically. He is really locking in mentally. He knows messing around with Terence Crawford, he can't just think he's going to come in there and just hit him to the body and Crawford's going to slow down. He knows Crawford is a champion, 2-time undisputed. Crawford's a winner. So somehow he's got to figure out how to get to Crawford's mind. How do I make him hesitate? I just need him for a split second to hesitate. And that hesitation can slow the hands more than any punch. And then Canelo is going to pounce on him. So what we can do here is expect Canelo to go back to trying to use those feints, the pressure, the ring generalship, to just, even if he's not landing, just to create doubt in Crawford's mind and win the psychological warfare battle. But there's danger to all this shit now. For him to try to pull this off, he's got to walk into range where Crawford's reach can get to Canelo and Canelo's reach can't get to Crawford. So he got to walk in the range against a guy who's a sharp counterpuncher. But remember, Crawford's gonna come in with that welterweight speed and super middleweight power. If Bud starts timing him early, I'm just telling you, Canelo could find himself down on the cards and down on the canvas before this whole secret plan gets to take effect. But this is the gamble, and that's why the fight's so compelling, and that's why I've done like 1,000 damn videos on it. It's a big damn deal, man. Now, are there any historical parallels? I mean, we've kind of seen the dynamic before, man. Chavez Sr., Meldrick Taylor. That relentless pressure. Chavez had the secret plan. Referee, big head ass kid. Richard Steele helped him out a little bit there, but that pressure, you could see that Meldrick Taylor was outlanding Chavez Sr., but Chavez Sr.'s punches were having more of an effect on Meldrick Taylor. And Meldrick Taylor, Lou Duva, gave him the wrong advice and told him, basically, go out there and get him. He should have just boxed and moved. He would have won the fight, but dumb advice from the corner, then the referee didn't help the situation, even though Meldrick Taylor was hurt badly. But that relentless pressure, man, broke that speed down. Roberto Duran and Sugar Ray Leonard, the first fight. Timing and physicality, overcoming the flash of Sugar Ray Leonard. That's a really good example. And then, of course, my favorite, I always like to talk about this because it's hilarious, is just when Maidana beat the shit out of Broner, man. You know, that was just, that Robert Garcia, weird, awkward pressure. The punches he was throwing were coming from weird angles. Anyway, they nullified Broner's quick hands and just, you know, had him falling for feints and had him doubting himself the rest of the fight. And Canelo plans kind of fits into this lineage, you know what I'm saying? But Crawford is definitely a more complete fighter than those speed examples that I just shared with you. So again, for Canelo to get it done, it's just easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? So fans are going to keep having reactions and keep debating. They're going to collide, and it's funny to watch the comments because you can see the Canelo fans and Crawford fans really going at it. It's like the Bloods and Crips and shit. Bud, I would say the Buds and the Canelos, the B's for the Bloods and Canelo the C for the Crips. So gang banging. It's crazy. Canelo supporters going to keep saying, man, the Bud speed won't matter once the body shots land or once Canelo touches him. Crawford fans are going to argue that Canelo too slow to even touch him clean. You know what the truth is? Both are right. In a different window of the fight, you know what I'm saying? It's my last video and I'm gone. So the question is, which window lasts longer? Because Canelo's going to have opportunities to touch Crawford cleanly. It's just how long is he going to have that opportunity? And Crawford is definitely going to have opportunities to get shots off and riddle Canelo with punches, but how long will he have that window of opportunity? So it really is about which window is going to last longer for both fighters and who can capitalize. So the bottom line is, you know, I got more videos coming every day as we count down to fight night. And just remember, man, you know, speed kills, but it's only an advantage if you can use it for the full 12 rounds. Like, it really is. Canelo's secret plan is built to make sure Bud can't do that for 12 rounds. It's to slow him down to where Canelo can get to him and possibly get him up out the ring on a stretcher. Now, will it work? I don't know. But I do think it's going to define the fight. It's going to definitely define both men's legacies. Anyway, I think with Canelo, Canelo's not just out here teasing Terrence Crawford. He's like, yo, I'm not coming here to match speed. I'm coming to take your speed away and get you out of there. So consider this a warning shot. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Man, we about a week away now. Boy, Saturday can't get here quick enough, can it? Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.